Hello and welcome, listeners, to podcast number 22. It's the first podcast of 2020. Ooh, exciting. And this one is about my New Year's goal. So, the New Year's have been here. So the New Year has been here for not very long. And today I am going to talk about my New Year's goals and how to attain them. First of all, the Maxim calendar. I want to get my own version of that up and going because the company that made the calendar has stopped. So now it is up to someone like me to get that going. To get that calendar going, I am going to Google how photographers who take pictures of people get people into the pictures of them, get the people to take pictures of them. And then once I have the pictures of the people, mainly girls, because that's what the Maxim calendar was. And not just ugly girls, but girls who look good, who are hot. I'm going to take their photo and put it in my computer and then print that picture off and then attach that to a pre-made grid like you see where all the days and numbers are on the calendar. Then, from then on, I will have basically got it. I'll just need to keep expanding and learning new techniques of the calendars. However, the only tricky part will be getting the women who are going to take their pictures and put that in. But that's first goal. I don't know if that's number one, but it's the first. Next goal is to lose some weight and, get fit. Not lose some of my flubby belly. And to do that, what I have to do is start off with 15 minutes of treadmill at a quick pace, do 50 sit-ups, 50 leg ups, like bring your legs up for each leg, and 50 weight lifts for the arms. Then, after 2 long weeks of that, every day I will increase it to 20 and increase it by 5 every 2 weeks until I reach 100 sit-ups, 100 leg lifts, 100 arms, and 60 minutes of treadmill. Another thing, I would like to do that in first thing in the morning as soon as I wake up, because then it's not looming over you for the rest of the day, and I'll have so much more time to do other stuff in my day, like podcasts or vlogs or extreme. Then, once I have reached the max, I will just go for the rest of the year. And thirdly, my next goal is to have a part-time job doing something like a cashier or busing, because it would be good. It would be a good thing to have to fall on if my other money-making plans don't go as I want them to. Also, this one's sort of in the same, but it's different, but it's the same. I'd like to move out this year as well, because I've just been here for this will be 6 years. And I kind of think getting a new place would be so great, because I wouldn't have to rely on my father for everything. It's not that I don't like him. It would just make him so happy, and me too. So, those last 2 goals are combined, but I'm treating them as one because they're both sort of getting a more independence goal. Fourth goal. Oh, there's a lot of these. I am quite a quiet, shy dude, and by the end of the day, I'd like to have left that and become loud and flamboyant. Because I'm pretty sure the quiet is what's making my life boring. Back when it was Christmas and I was with my family, I was being loud, and I was just so much happier. So I guess I have to run through that wall of boxes that is preventing me from being loud and flamboyant. One more thing about that. Back when I was in school, and I remember the ADD and the ADHD kids looked like they're having so much fun, because they were all loud and crazy, and that's what I want. I don't want to be ADD or ADHD. I just want the loud. 5, another thing I plan to do this year is to do something as soon as I think of it. Unless it involves money. Because say, for instance, you're watching a video on YouTube and you think of another one you've watched in the past and you want to go watch it again, but you don't right away because you might forget what it is you want to see. So, I do not want to forget something that I want to do because I was being too lazy. Like with the computer, like if you just don't search it, you're just being lazy and no one likes that. However, when it comes to money, I'll hold off because if you go and buy something right away, you might buy the wrong thing like I did when I bought my most recent iPhone cord. See, I was at the dollar store and there was a bunch of cords that looked like an iPhone cord, and I just picked the first one I saw and bought it. Then, later that day, when I got home, I tried to stick it in my phone, plug it in, but it didn't work. Oh no. So I had to go back the next day and exchange it out for the right one, which was sitting like, it was on a rack like the other one, but it was like 7 feet away, and I was like, dang, why didn't I go for that? So what I'm trying to say is when I go out to buy something, I'll take my time to look at the product and make sure it's the right thing. Well, it is something I will go and do. Well, when it's... Oh yeah, well, I don't know, what the frick? Well, it is something I will go and do, and I'll do that right away. Oh yes. When I want to think of something, I'm going to go and do it right away. 6th, I have an idea for a YouTube show which I would like to get going, and that is that extreme show I mentioned in the past. What is it? Well, when I go out and about, I see certain things about the world that can be improved. For instance, a senior's walker. Because whenever they are walking with their walker, they're always hunched over, and that just looks not nice. So, my idea is to make the walker more friendly so that they start standing up straight and using it properly. If possible, I'd like this to become a source of income by the end of the year, but that's a long shot. So, for right now, I'm just going to do that for me. But if it takes off, then yippee-yahoo! How many more pages do we have? Oh, so lot. 7th, every night I write some goals for the next day, but usually I don't look at them every morning, so I don't know what to accomplish that day. But I'd like to change that. You see, my goal is to wake up. My goal is to look at my goals every morning so that I know what I need to do each day. Now, I'm not talking a couple hours into the day. I'm talking about as soon as you wake up, right before my exercise, because then they stick in your mind better. I want to know what to strive for that day and not just making the plan up as I go. So plan to look at the goals each morning. So yeah, that's what I want to do. That's another goal. 8th, number 8. Right now, I do not have a vehicle of my own, but I'd like an older Ford Ranger, or one of those little Mazda trucks, something similar, because if you have a truck, you can stick something in the back if you need to haul it. With a car, a van, or an SUV, you can't really fit anything in the back all the time because they have a roof. And trucks don't really have a roof in the back unless you put a canopy. Now, I would really like it to have 4-wheel drive because I live in a place where in the winter it snows like crazy. And I want to be able to drive through all that mess and not get stuck. So yeah, by the end of the year, I plan to have a truck. 9th goal. I'm currently doing computer animation in the free time. And a couple of months ago, I found a place in town that does computer animation and other computer stuff like rigging and motion capture. And it's called Pleasant Solutions. So I'm going to get my animation skills up so that by June I am in there ready to apply doing what I love. Right now I'm working on a Hyundai Tucson and I would like to finish to the high poly by the end of the week so that I can move on to a face animation, which they asked for. Then, once I finish that, I will move on to what's next, what they want for next, until I have everything. Tenthly, as you know, I do podcasts because, you're listening and, this podcast will thumbs up. However, I'm not that very popular on iTunes yet. But by the end of the year, I want to, when I go out in public, and people are like, oh, that's the guy who does those podcasts. And they'll be all like, oh, look at that, he's so cool. So this podcast you're listening to right now will be hopefully the first one in getting me more listeners on iTunes, because I'm just feeling confident right now, and that's how I feel. And that's that goal. 11th goal is the vlogs I've been putting out lately haven't been very good because I'm too quiet and scared to say anything because I think people will think I'm nuts. But then again, I cannot be scared or care of what they think because those two things are tied together in fear. If I let fear stop me, I will not get anywhere. In my next vlog, I must be loud and flamboyant and not be scared and quiet and care what people think. I must be bold, daring, and grab life by the horns so I can control it and it doesn't control me. 12thly, that's that goal. 12th goal. I play guitar, ukulele, bass guitar, and bongos. But I'm not the level I'd like to be. I'd like to, so I'm going to practice by going out to musical functions around town and rocking, like, possibly bluegrass, possibly rocking nice house, but that's a maybe. What I will do is play each instrument at least 3 times a week for an hour so I can get my skill up. Then from there, I'll be getting better and better, and that's goal number 12. Goal number 13. I like to have friends by the end of the year. Right now, because I don't know anyone, I want to be able to have friends rather than having no friends, because I just want to spend people to find time with, and I want interesting people to have get-togethers with interesting people, because I'm kind of lonely right now. It's just my family, possibly even someone to love, but that's a stretch, and being loud and flamboyant will help me with that, because people don't want to hang around those who are quiet and boring. They want to hang out with those introverts who are loud, exciting, and fun. They want the people who are fun to be with, and that's what I want. People who have similar interests as me, and I just want friends from 2020. That's that goal. Goal number 14. When it's cold or nasty outside, I do not want to be, it's cold, I'm going to stay in. Here's the situation. When it's cold out there, I don't tend to go out because I don't want to be cold. I've wanted to stay in because it's warm, and, everyone likes being warm, but I want it to do it. But I will do it when it's nice out. And when it's cold out, I bundle up, put everything on to keep me warm so I can go out and do what I want to do. There is no excuse for laziness anymore. I must do what it takes to do the things that I want to do. If it's like -5 or 9 and I want to do some work in the garage, I'll put the proper clothes and gears so I do not get cold out there working. However, there is an exclusion to this goal. If it's below minus, I got 25, let's say 25, or raining, or snowing sideways, I'll stay home. I'll go out in the rain, but if it's super windy, I'll stay home. But not if it's just windy, I'll go. But if there's like rain and snow and super wind, then I'll stay home. So no more backing down from the cold. Number 15 is in my brother's old room. Hold on just a sec. Number 15, in my brother's old room, I've got a bunch of things that I had planned to do but never got around. So let's just call them the forgotten dreams. They're shirt making, a lathe I'd like to set up, and a light. I would like to learn how to turn it, stick it on top of a stick, and make it turn on from there for full fast. So for other shirts, I'd like to learn how to make dress shirts or fancy shirts, because those kind of shirts for me, and kind of tank tops, because for me shirts are so hard to find the right ones that fit, because I got this weird unholy torso shape. As far as the lathe goes, I want to use it because I want to make Dad a spurtle, because every morning, well, almost every morning, he's got porridge, and he's always stirring it with a spoon, not a spurtle. And I've heard porridge made with a spurtle is just so much better than any other porridge. For the light, I've had this light for such a long time, and I would like to put it on a stick so that Folk Fest, when it's nighttime on the hill, it's hard to find your tarp. But if you had that at the hill and turn it on, it'd be easy, because then you'd see it, and you'd see Chuck. So that's that cool. Second last goal. Do I want to say that one? Let's go through my notes here. Well, I'm just going to say I got these 2 other goals here that I don't really want to talk about yet. Maybe another podcast, but not now. So, as far as this podcast goes, it's over. Hope everyone had a great New Year's Day, and hope you listen next time. Bye-bye.